Hi, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Evolutionary Eats, a study of grub. In this episode, we will begin the process of breaking down the process of grocery shopping. So, to start out, today we are going to talk about meal planning. It's so exciting. I love meal. You don't like to do the meal planning? Meal planning is so much fun. It's so easy, really. I promise it'll be okay. Just calm down, relax. All right, so I'm going to start out and I'm going to ask you 3 questions. The first question is, what do you like to eat? The second question is, how much time and effort are you willing to put into the preparation of that food? And the third question is, how many people do you have to feed every day at your house? 3 very important questions, and what I'm going to do is tell you what I do, because I am me and I don't know what you do, so we'll talk about me. Okay. Anyway, in my house we break this down into 3 meals plus some snacks. So we start out with breakfast and lunch and dinner. Now, breakfast and lunch in our house is pretty much automated, which means for breakfast there's oatmeal, there's cereal, there might be some yogurt, eggs, bacon, stuff like that. And whoever wants to eat that food is responsible for preparing that food. Same thing with lunch. It may be leftovers. I may make a chicken or tuna salad, something like that, or some soup. And whoever wants to eat that, again, is also responsible for making that meal. And just a tip, they're also responsible for cleaning up after themselves. Yay! Okay, now our big meal every day is going to be our dinner, and I am the one that generally prepares that meal. So I'm going to put some more effort into it. And those are the ones that I really think about and work on as far as my meal planning list goes. Next, I am going to talk to you about different types of meal preparation. And I'm not talking about types of cooking styles or anything like that, or techniques. I'm going to talk about what I think most people do when they prepare a meal. Honestly, I think there's 3 different types. I think there are people that cook everything from scratch. I think there are people on the other end of the spectrum that do what I like to call food assembly, and I think there's something in the middle where it's a combination of the 2. So in scratch cooking, and I tend to do some of this, I bake my own bread, I make my own stock, my own sauces, I tend to make my own desserts, and then on the other side, which is food assembly, you go to the grocery store and you buy a bag of lettuce and some tomatoes, and that's your salad. And then you go over to prepared foods or the deli or whatever they call it at your grocery store, and you buy a rotisserie chicken and some mashed potatoes, or what I found, which is really cool in my grocery store, is that I can go to the frozen food section and pick up some pre-cooked chicken and some pre-cooked or pre-mashed potatoes and just take it home and reheat it. And then I can go to the frozen foods and pick up broccoli. I think this is broccoli. I'm not real sure. We're going to call it broccoli. Anyway, I'll go to frozen foods and pick up some broccoli, maybe something else, or a blend, and that will be the food assembly. I think most people actually fall in somewhere in between those 2 categories, which means they're like I do. I'll roast a chicken, make my own mashed potatoes. However, I'm still going to buy the bag of lettuce and the tomatoes, and I'm still going to buy this bag of frozen broccoli. The rest of the meal is going to be made with my own sauces, my own stocks. I'm going to roast this chicken very happily. And I think that's what a lot of people do. Okay, the last step that you're going to take in all of this is make a list. And what I recommend most people do is make a list of about 14 meals that they are willing to cook and that their family is willing to eat. I always recommend 14 because it allows a lot of opportunity to change things up. It gives you enough variety. You're not eating the same thing every day. A lot of rotation in that. Another thing I always recommend is, and you don't have to do this next thing, is that you change out one meal, at least one meal a month. That way you can cook a little more seasonally if you want to, and it adds more variety and more taste profiles, I guess, flavor profiles to your family's dinners. Once you get that list done, post it someplace where you can see it. Put it on your refrigerator, put it on a bulletin board, whatever works best for you, so that when you get ready to make your shopping list every week, it's there, you can see it, you can pull from it, and then decide what meals you're going to cook. Now, last thing I want you to do is go to evolutionaryeats.com, and under Assorted Helpers, I have this beautiful list template for you. It has a category for your meals, for your meats, produce, frozen foods, dry goods, pantry staples, all of that on this one little list. That way, like what I do, when you get ready to make your list, you can fill it out. So I have over here roasted chicken, I have some tilapia, I'm going to do a stir fry with some tofu. So I have those meals on there, and then I've built the rest of the list based on those meals. Very simple, very easy to do, very organized. Now, a lot of people really like their smartphones and tablets to do grocery shopping. I think that's wonderful. I kind of like to go old school on this. I am one of those people that I want to look at hold the paper, look at it, and scratch the item off. And the other thing I like about this is that if I'm using coupons, all I have to do is paper clip them to the list. So I'm all good to go, very organized, very simple to do. Okay, so you have your grocery list done, you're ready to go to the store, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips. We're actually going to expand a little bit more on grocery shopping in the future. So here's what I do. I went to my local grocery store, which is wonderful, and asked them for a map. Now, this is really a helpful tool. These may not be readily available, but if you go to the customer service desk and ask them for them, they will usually make a copy for you. The other thing is that they also have an aisle guide. So when you're making your list, you can look at the aisle guide and transfer the number of the aisle over to your shopping list. It will speed up your life. It'll make things a lot easier. You'll be much happier. And then in the past, we have talked about this before, and I can't say this enough. These mega chains here in Austin have these magazines that they put out. I love these magazines. There's a lot of ideas for meals, for parties, for recipes, and the other thing that I love, coupons. Money, save money. Coupons, save money. So go through this, clip them out, attach them to your list. And, as I said, recipes and coupons. And the other thing about these magazines, they're free. Love this, they're free. So I think we are done for today. I think we got through everything. So if you have any questions, if you need any help, please contact me at evolutionaryeats.com. Send me your questions, send me your concerns, and I will do whatever I can to help you out. All right, I'm Lou. This is Evolutionary Eats, a study of grub, and enjoy your meal planning. Bye.